I'm back. Well, this is officially week 8 of my 16-week powerlifting program, and that's crazy because that means I am halfway done. That means I've started this program for 2 months already, and it just means that this is the end of my second mesocycle, which means next week I'll be starting the next block of training, which is 3 weeks. And it also means that I'm lifting some pretty heavy weights this week. I'll be giving you a snapshot of some of the highlights of this week in terms of lifting, and I'll be showing you what exercises or warm-ups that I will be doing or am doing to strengthen and to stretch out some muscles that I've told you I have problems with from my analysis video that I talked about last week, and I'll link it right here in the top corner. So go ahead and watch that if you haven't already. And like I said before, this week I'm gonna be lifting some heavy weights. Heavy enough to make me feel like I'm gonna pass out, but that is a-okay because if I feel like I'm getting stronger, and I know it. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video and stay tuned. So the good thing about these exercises, these warm-up and strengthening exercises, is that you can do it in the safety and comfort of your own home. Also, you only need a few exercises and a few pieces of equipment to do these exercises, and they're relatively cheap. So all you'll need basically is a band. Honestly, this band would be like a relatively thin one. It doesn't have to be super thick because you don't need too much strength involved for these strengthening exercises. And the other thing you need is a foam roller. And other than that, bring yourself. So the very first exercise that I'm doing here is just a deep squat. And if you need to hold on to something like I did, I held on to my dining room table, and later you'll see that I supported myself with the foam roller as well. If you need to, you can also hold like a 25-pound weight in front of you, and that will help to keep your balance. What you want to do here is try to keep your heels on the floor, but try to stretch out the ankles, stretch out your calves as much as possible. And you can also shift from side to side just to, you know, give a little more flexion to one side if it's needed. It's okay if the back rounds a little here, just because you're just stretching out your calf. Next, I did some foam rolling on the calf. As you see here, I'm also like rotating inwards and outwards so that both the inside of my calf and the outside of my calf get rolled. For foam rolling, if there's like a point of pain, what you do is you just sit there on the point of pain, and eventually it starts going away, and of course go up the full length of the calf. Next, I lied, you do need a thicker band. This is for ankle mobilizations. Basically, you secure it to something that's heavy. For me, I had to use my bed. You wrap it around the top of your ankle, and then the band pulls your ankle back, and then you try to push your knee forward, creating dorsiflexion. This will help to increase the flexibility and mobility of your ankles in the long run. Moving on to my shoulder. Like I said before in my last video, a lot of it is probably lat tightness, and then there's also lat stability. First, I'm dealing with the tightness portion, so I'm foam rolling my lat. Here, yes, I'm making a lot of stupid faces, but that's because it really does hurt. And so, yeah, at any point of pain, I just stayed there for a little bit and let the pain go away. Then I shift a little bit over more to my back, rolled out my rear delt, and a little more on my back where I foam rolled like my mid upper trap and also my rhomboids. All right, so that is foam rolling portion of helping my shoulder. Next, this is the strengthening portion. So here I'm doing banded Y raises. So you use the light band again. What you want to do is you want to depress your shoulders so you keep your shoulders down. You don't necessarily have to retract your scapula, like pull your shoulders back as much. But what you're doing is pulling it straight up and above your head without your shoulders rising too much. What you want to do is keep your shoulders down as much as possible so that your rear delts and your smaller muscles in the back are doing the work. Next, I am doing this banded like chest press kind of thing. When you pull the band apart, that kind of teaches you how to maintain tension in your lats when you are doing your bench press. And then when you pull the elbows back, that just creates the motion of the bench press, and I'm trying as much as possible to keep the tension in my lats. And just as a side view, this is what I'm doing. Everything is tight the whole time. I'm keeping the tension on the band and pulling it apart and in. Lastly, this one I'd say is one of the best for getting that tension on the lat. This is the movement that you are doing when you're actually bench pressing. What you're doing is you are depressing your upper back. So you're sitting off of the chair like you're going to be doing a tricep extension. But all you are doing is keeping your arms straight, letting your shoulders drop, and then pushing it back up, tightening it with your lats. That's how you keep stability in your back when doing the bench press. Now moving on to highlights for my training last week. On Monday, I had competition squats, and these were the heavy movements for the day. I did 4 sets of 3 of 85%, so that would be 156.5 kg or 345 pounds. As you can see, the weight moved pretty quickly, and I'm doing it beltless as well. So I'd say I'm feeling really strong just through all the movements that I've been doing. Then on Tuesday, it was same thing, 4x3 of 85%, but this time for deadlifts. Now that would be 192 or 193 kg and 425 pounds. As you can see, these moved really quickly as well. My bracing was good. Form looked pretty tight to me. On that same day, on Tuesday, I tried these out instead of the standing version, and I actually really like them. So these were probably one of my favorite chest movements at the moment, the seated cable chest press. So as you can see here, my right and my left arm, they're still a little lopsided. They're not like the same. You can see that my left side tries to eat over to my right side. But after doing the movement, my shoulder did not hurt. And at the same time, you can see that I'm shaking like crazy. So it's working a lot of stabilization there, which is really good for rehab, especially for my shoulder problems. My most excited part about this whole week's training was probably Thursday and Friday. For Thursday, it was a 2-count pause squat. So it's 4x2 at 9 RPE. So that's approximately 92% of my max. And that was like 177, 390 pounds. And for the record, I have never squatted a double for this weight, let alone pause squat them. So the weight actually moved quicker than I thought. It looks pretty fast, but I actually felt like I was gonna puke or pass out. But it's fine, I finished it all. Then on Friday was a 2-count pause deadlift. Same thing, 9 RPE, so that would be 208.65 kg or 460 pounds. And for this one, my brain was gonna explode, but everything turned out okay. So yeah, I'm really excited for how the progress is going, and I'm excited to continue with the rest of the program. And that'll be it from me for this video. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Starting next week, like I said previously at the beginning of the video, we'll be starting our next mesocycle. It'll be 3-week block. I'll explain it more next week in my next video. But till then, I'll see you again. Have a great week. I'll catch you in the next one.